Hi, it's Tess Madgen here, and I'm so excited to be alongside Jennie Sager, WNBL CEO, to launch the brand new logo for the WNBL. Jennie, how excited are you?
Oh, it's so exciting. You know, this is a new chapter of the WNBL, and the logo is a huge part of that. We really wanted to symbolize that we are stepping things up and starting this new era of the league, and so it's really important that we launch a new look.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it, and I can't wait for the fans to see it. Can you just, before we have a look, can you just talk about the purpose of the logo and what went into creating it?
Sure. So we took feedback from about 100 stakeholders across the league and the clubs and the players, both past and present. And the first question was really, does everyone want a new logo? And it was unanimous. The answer was yes. And then we started diving into, you know, what do you want it to be? What should it symbolize? Like, what are colors that you feel like could be right? And the feedback, there were so many keywords that kept popping up. So bold, dynamic, professional, that was really important. Like symbolizing the professionalism of the league and that elite skill level was something that everybody wanted to capture. The legacy, obviously, but also something fresh, like something that was inspiring and empowering. Those were words that kind of kept coming up. And so in some ways it made our job really easy because we had these like similarities through everyone that we took feedback from. And so we were able to really zone in on certain words and certain emotions that everyone wanted to feel from the logo.
I love it. And as a past player of the WNBL, those two words, inspiring and empowering, our athletes are inspiring and empowering, and I'm glad that there will be a logo to do what they do for the game and for the community justice. Yeah. So let's take a look. Wow. I love it. It's so fresh, like you said. It's so different. I love the colours. It's amazing.
Yeah, I feel like it's really bold, right? Like it feels really different when you see it side by side, which we did through the process of, you know, where we were, and obviously things haven't changed in a while, and this is more about where are we going, right? And where do we want to take things? And it does feel modern, it does feel bold, it feels dynamic and empowering. I think that strength behind it is really important, and I think, again, making sure that that feels professional, and it doesn't need to feel overly feminine. Like, we are a women's league, but that doesn't mean that we need to be pink, for example. And so really leaning into like what makes you feel that inspiration, that empowerment. And I feel like it's really great. We've incorporated some basketball elements here, so you can see those like inspiration from the net and the hoop, obviously. And then it's actually like wings kind of coming off of the W, which is symbolizing like us kind of like going to new heights and the spirit of the WNBL, and really just kind of the freedom, you know, and again, like soaring to new heights for the athletes as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. Incredible job to you and the team. And I can't wait to get a t-shirt with that new logo on it.
It's going to look pretty cool on merch, isn't it?
Absolutely. So Jennie, we've got on the screen here, can you just tell us how the logo came together?
Yeah, sure. You know, as you can imagine, there's so many iterations when you're going through something like this. You know, you start with a bunch of different designs and you kind of go, maybe that one's not hitting the keywords, like maybe that doesn't feel inspiring or empowering, or maybe that's not something that the athletes will be, you know, proud to get behind. And so I think I lost track of how many iterations that we went through. And, you know, there were some designs with stars in the beginning or ribbons running through them and different things. And I think when we got to this point, we really felt like the grit of that daily grind of like getting out on the courts and like the training and just pressing through, the determination, like what it takes every day to be an athlete at this level, and to play in this league. But then also combining that with like the grace of the game and, you know, that professionalism again. And like, that's something that we really wanted to come through. And so we finally got there, I think, with this one. And that's why those words grit and grace are so important to us. And you'll see those kind of coming through along the way as well.
Yeah, it's amazing. I can really see all the elements come together in the logo, and it's so strong and bold. I wish I was a player that got to wear it.
It looks pretty cool on the court, actually. I think when we showed some of the players, you know, a couple of weeks ago where we were going, and there was a mock-up of the logo on the court, and that was kind of the moment that the players were like, oh my God, this is so cool. You know, when you see it come to life like that, whether that's on merch or again on the courts and just kind of that like off platform, not just on the screen, it looks so cool. And there's different iterations where, you know, there's some where the purple kind of comes out more in the letters, or gradient versions and things like that. And so you'll see those popping up in different ways throughout the season. I'm so excited to see people like out there on the streets wearing it on a hat, a t-shirt, obviously to see the players wearing it on the jerseys, which, speaking of, how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I am jealous that I don't get to wear it on my uniform while playing, but I'm so excited to wear it on a hat, wear it on a t-shirt, really be proud to represent the WNBL. And I also love how we've moved away from the original colourway, which, aligns with the WNBA. They were both orange, and I like how the WNBL deserves to stand alone. And when people see this, they can differentiate between the two leagues. And yeah, all the elements, the powerfulness. I love how the wings, I love that idea of taking it to the WNBL to a new level. I also love the element of the W and the net. You look at it and it just really aligns with basketball. And then that bold, professional, strong, empowering and inspiring. I can't wait to see fans repping this everywhere, but more importantly, I can't wait to see our amazing athletes wear it on their uniform.
Oh, it's so good to hear you say that, Tess. I mean, we went through this process where we put up this logo against like other logos from around the world, from different sporting codes and different logos from around the world, which of course like WNBA was in there. And it just felt like it really did have its own clear space while still like fitting in with those other logos. But it's funny when you start to look at other sporting codes, things tend to be really literal. Like it's orange because it's basketball, or it's got a football in it because it's football, or whatever, it's soccer because it's soccer, and it gets really literal. And so we really wanted to be creative, and again going back to those words of like bold and fresh and modern. But when you see it side by side with some of the other codes and leagues from around the world, it looks pretty awesome.
Jenny, now that we've got our logo, can you talk to us about what's next for the league?
Well, the WNBL is absolutely ready to rise, and you will see that saying out there everywhere this season, because that's actually our new brand tagline that will go along with this logo as well. And that really signifies that we are elevating the league, the clubs, and the players, and we really want to just see everything come to a new standard, whether that's the game day experience or the experience for the athletes themselves. And so we're just putting so much time and effort into doing that. And so when we look at the next couple of weeks, we have a lot of really exciting announcements. So free agency is of the utmost importance. Absolutely going to open up free agency in the next few weeks so that we can get those team rosters done and the players are really clear on what's happening this season as well. The schedule, so that's really important also. The schedule will be out in the next few weeks, and lots of things to factor into that. We really looked for not having a lot of NBL clashes, for example, so we can try to get some clear time with broadcasters. Also looking at better game times for the athletes and the clubs so that they can try to get more people at those games. And so a lot of factors weighed into that schedule. And then of course announcing some amazing partners like our broadcast partners, our commercial sponsors, and so a lot of really exciting things coming up. And before you know it, then we're into preseason.
Yeah, I mean, I'm so excited for the league. It definitely is ready to rise. The thought that has gone into making this the best WNBL season ever is so clear. Starting with the logo, and I can't wait for the players, most importantly, but also our amazing fans, the clubs, the sponsors, to reap the benefits of this brand new, ready to rise WNBL.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I mean, we can't do it all just as the league and the clubs and the players. We need the sponsors, we need the broadcasters, and of course we need the fans. That's what it's all about, right? And so can't wait to see them out there in this as well.
Jenny, thank you so much for being here today and giving everyone an update on the WNBL and the new logo.
Oh, it's so awesome to talk to you about it, Tess. Thank you for your time. You're super busy.
Oh, you're so welcome, Jenny. You know I love the WNBL. I love women's hoops. Fans, make sure you stay tuned to WNBL socials for what's coming next.